Welcome to Backyard Blindfolds 2. I'm Kelly Ward.
And I'm Rebekah Potter.
Welcome, everyone.
Hey, we're glad to see you guys again.
Rebekah,
Yes,
we've just moved.
we just moved.
How do you feel about that?
It's my 34th move, Kelly.
So this is our fourth move, right?
Third, right? In together, to that other state, back to this
Nope,
state.
3, because we moved once in that other state.
Oh, that's right. We moved
Since-
apartments.
Okay, so four moves in
4 years, basically.
4 moves in 4 years. We're getting this down.
Yes. We should talk about like how moves affect, or they reflected back our relationship. And relationships in general, like what's symbolic about a move, because it's a lot of change, right?
Yes. and so this podcast is all about growth through relationships.
Right.
And a move, because each time we moved, we sought to improve the relationship,
Yes.
grow through the relationship, and then in particular in this one, move toward our desired life together.
Right. So each of our dreams, this move was about reprioritizing and making those a priority, each person's, and then see how that affects the relationship.
And I remember early on in our life, our relationship life,
Okay.
so 4 years ago roughly,
Yes.
we talked about design elements to help the relationship prosper and thrive.
Yes.
Do you remember this?
I do.
And it was designing physical space, designing habits and patterns within the relationship.
Yes.
And
It's interesting you bring that up.
yeah, I just
Well,
I just thought about that.
because when we moved in together, where we left off was we broke up for a month and then we moved in together. Completely made sense to us, and everyone around us.
And that was where we left off. Backyard Blindfolds 1.
Right.
Which, by the way, 30 episodes are up on Spotify
And SoundCloud. Yeah.
So you can go and see what we did for 1 year, very intentional when we first met,
Yes.
had known each other for a couple of months?
Couple months.
Couple of months, and we said, we're going to commit to a 12-month experiment.
Yes, you can't get out of it. You have to be in a relationship with this person no matter what. Even if it was to fall off romantically or otherwise, you had to stay in relation to this other person.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, it was crazy.
But it was very instructive. So anyway, you can go and check all that out. But at the end of 12 months, at the end of 30 episodes, we broke up.
We broke up for a month.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And really nothing changed. So we said we broke up, but nothing really changed. So the labeling of things was interesting because the relationship continued. We then decided to move in together, and the reason we're going there, we're talking about these moves. And we moved from 2 apartments, we moved into a single open plan studio. The only door in the place was to the restroom. And we had my cat, who unfortunately passed away.
Oh.
But that was talking about setting up the relationship for a crunch, is basically like an orange juice squeezer. I mean, if you can survive one big room, I think it's 900 square feet.
Yes.
With another person and we lived there for almost a year.
Almost a year.
Yeah.
Almost a year.
Yeah.
And then we moved out of state. Mm-hmm. And then while we were there for 2 years, we moved once more.
Yeah, to a better apartment, yeah.
Yeah, much better apartment. Which actually, that move, talking about design, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm curious what you think.
Yeah, so I think the move out of state was good for you and I.
Yes.
And we'll detail some of that, I think, along the way as we go.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
It was good to be and develop our relationship in somewhat of an isolated space.
New fresh start. So family, friends, previous lives, we could have a minute to check in. How much of that was a distraction? How much of it was an excuse? How much of it was actually better than the relationship? I think it tested us to just have each other and then have to go someplace new and attempt to assimilate. We picked kind of a difficult place, but...
And hopefully we'll talk about that.
I'm sure we will.
But then while we were there, we had a chance to move to a different apartment.
And one of the things that I think is interesting to talk about is learning about your partner. So a move is extreme stress for us. There was extreme risk involved, a lot of financial weight, right? And the first time we moved in together, you had a friend who really helped. We had to get rid of a lot of things to pare down. So both of us had to make room for the relationship, so to speak. And then when we moved to the other city, I learned some things about Kelly that I had no idea. He's an amazing moving truck packer. So he had gotten like a truck that I thought was too small, so did everybody else around us, but somehow he ended up stuffing everything in there and we got where we were going. So it started to make me have to know him better and trust him. So this kind of squeezing, no matter which move we're talking about, things like that happen. You get to know your partner better. And how are you guys going to handle that? Are you going to get in a fight? Are you going to break up over it? Are you going to instead give your partner room to be themselves? It's a real pressure cooker if you want to move with your partner.
So the first one, it was kind of, well, I've packed my apartment. Have you done yours? Move your stuff over. And it was kind of, right? We're kind of doing it separate.
Oh yeah.
So
he was way behind.
So this is the moving expert, right? She's moved 34 times.
A lot of stuff either.
She knows how to do this, right? She's got her system, and there's not a lot of room for another system in there because it works well for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And you
so
know,
who needs anyone else's?
And so you know how to do it. You're just like,
well,
boom,
for
boom,
myself.
Boom. Yeah.
I know one way to do it for myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I think you were quite frustrated with.
He had so much stuff.
That was part of it too, is I had a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Even though I had pared way down, still had a lot of stuff, still have some stuff too.
And we should at some point, again, back to like a Marie Kondo or something, like when you are going to have a fresh start with someone, you can't really keep your past life with you entirely. Like you keep certain things, we're not saying get rid of who you are. However, there were a lot of things that I didn't realize were from Kelly's past that if I had known the whole time, maybe I would be questioning a number of things. So he got
that's in the past, though.
That's in the past. But go ahead.
Yeah, and well, I was going to say to that point, the making room for
a new life
for an us.
Yes.
Rather than just either you moving into my space or me moving into your space.
Right.
It was let's get rid of everything except for the essentials that can come into a new space, and then if we need to, we fill it with things that are us.
Mutual, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we didn't entirely do that, but yeah.
That's right. On the first one, we didn't entirely do that. So we moved to the second one, got a little better, and the move actually was a little better too in terms of there were still some frustrating things.
Yes. Are you talking about from apartment to apartment?
No, I'm talking about from one state to another.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So still a little bit frustrating. The next one was a little better.
Yeah, it got better every time.
Yeah.
So this last move that gets us here, pretty flawless. And we wanted to mention too, like when you kind of get in a flow and you get in sync in life, not to mention with your partner, a lot of synchronicities and things happen where it feels like way more of a flow. We were very fortunate to have a number of incidences happen where the term or the phrase good luck, bad luck, who knows, you guys have probably heard it. We had a U-Haul reservation close to us. We, due to miscommunication, didn't get a notification that they had moved it. So it delayed our morning that we had this crunch time to move and load the truck. Good luck, bad luck, we don't know. We had this timing thing where we ended up running into someone who we didn't know, who ended up being a big help to us, and we hired to help us move that day. So those kinds of magical things also seem to happen when you get into flow and in sync with your partner, and something like a move will certainly exemplify that.
And I think more so than the previous moves, this particular move had us getting more in line with what it is we both desire out of life.
Yes. So changing context really allowed us to shake off I would say extra added ego masks. So how cool do you need to be? What kind of job? How much money? What kind of cars? So we had 2 sports cars, and we ended up at the last move getting a 94 Pajero Mitsubishi import that we both found and loved and tried to get unbeknownst to the other one, and then we ended up buying the car together. So that was more of the magic of the synchronicity, I think.
Yeah, and then it just continued to build in that 1 year.
Yes.
That brought us to, we're going to leave where we were at because we didn't care for the state. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go to another state, not the current state we live in.
No.
And we weren't finding anything for us there.
No, and we tried really hard.
Yeah.
Like, we were so excited to have something different. We picked a place that was very particular. So it wasn't easy to join the club, so to speak. I see the move as an example of, and this is to speak about around relationship, the move is a way to read your relationship and also take a little bit of a temperature on your ability to change. So if you're complaining, and this happens a lot, I think, at midlife, that you're in a rut, or you can't lose that 40 pounds, or I hate my job, and then people say, well, why don't you get a new job? And you say, excuse. A move has proven to us that you can change. It is horribly risky. There's a lot of stress. But if you have a good working relationship, it can kind of flow. And so far, so good, right?
Yes.
So what do you have to have, you think?
Yeah, so you hit a couple points.
Okay.
One was midlife.
Yeah.
So physically it's different.
It's a lot harder
to do this right.
boxes, yes.
And there is some risk because we're sold a way of living, particularly in the U.S., that you have to have so much in your retirement account, and you have to do this, and you have to do that.
Have health insurance.
And you got to have health insurance. You got to have a lot of things in order to sustain yourself at midlife. And so making a change in any one area just sets you back. Right?
Yeah, it's like a domino effect.
Yeah. And then moving on top of that is, you compound that. So there's tremendous financial risk for you and I right now. Mm-hmm. There's
always.
Yeah. There was the I'll say physical risk, just because, what if you and I get hurt while we're doing this? Kind of thing, right? And it's not
the truck. I know, but the truck breaks down, it's going to cost you another $10,000. Things like that are real. That's a real risk.
Yes, and so we don't come at it lightly.
Nope.
We had a lot of fun.
Yes.
We think this was terribly beneficial.
Yes.
To both you and I, but it was not without its tremendous risk that you have to prepare for.
So you have to have the confidence to take the risk.
Yes.
So what if you're feeling vulnerable at midlife?
Okay, so you and I had this conversation yesterday.
We did.
Which was, if the dream is big enough, the expense, whether that's in a risk or financially or otherwise, will be worth it.
Yes, unless it's going to take up a lot of time, which is something you don't feel like you have at midlife. You don't have a lot of time, so that was the other thing. The push to not wait yet another year.
That's correct.
I don't think we would have made it as human beings, but we have to clip along because we know what we want to do, and with a concerted effort, we can pull it off.
I think that's what I really appreciate right now in this moment in our lives, my age, your age, where we are in our relationship, is a sense of urgency.
Yes.
When I was 25, there was a sense of urgency in a different sense, but this one is very real. Like, the clock is ticking.
Yeah.
And so, death is imminent.
So positive.
But it has been a motivator for me.
Yes. It's kind of take a poo and get off the pot moment. I mean, you have to do it. So, again, you have to have the confidence. So we had a bit of confidence in our relationship because, and I'm sure all these topics will come up, we went through a series of obstacles and drills over the course of the 3 or 4 years that we felt we could handle chasing our wildest dreams, that we could make it happen with the help, of course, of the universe, who has so far really provided, magically so. What were those tenets that you felt needed to be there for a relationship to be confident?
Well, thank you for asking, Rebecca.
Yes,
Number one, know thyself.
yeah, you have to work on yourself and know your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual needs, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Maintain a strong commitment to oneself.
Okay.
So
Example.
when I was just going to say, when I say that, what does that mean to you?
Oh, thanks. I would say commitment to myself would be making sure that I take care of those physical, mental, emotional, spiritual needs on a daily. So what are those digestible small things? Is it 30 squats? Is it then doodling for 20 minutes in my notebook? Is it reading a book? Is it taking time to meditate, going for a walk? Those little things are my commitment to myself, and also not being distracted by other people's needs, which I have a tendency to get caught up in, instead to think like I'm my first priority. So I do these things first for me.
Yeah. And that's number 3.
Okay.
Pay yourself first.
Yeah. I need to be better about the actual money pay to myself first.
Yes, and pay was both monetarily and in these other ways. So you have particular goals for yourself that don't involve me.
Yes. So we're two individuals, similar dreams and goals, but not exactly the same. Different backgrounds.
Yeah.
But we operate on individual level that each is helping it's interdependence, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So number 4, clearly communicate who you are and what your needs are.
Hard one, I would say.
Do you find it hard?
Well, I think I still am working on it a little bit. I've gotten better.
I would have just given you the A+ and me the C-.
Because I have a big mouth, so I will talk, and I am pretty upfront about most things. When it's super personal, like the one I've been working on, like I need some alone time, I'm still horrible. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Not horrible. I'm okay. Gotten better, but it's hard for me to pipe up sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 5 is give the other room to do the same. So those first 4, giving
Right.
the other one room to know who they are,
Yeah.
to maintain that commitment to themselves, to pay themselves first, and to communicate.
Yeah, because we see that a bit, don't we? The all eyes on me all the time.
Yeah.
I'm the center of the relationship.
Yeah, not healthy. Number 6, be a steady mirror for the other.
I think we're good at that. Yes, I think it's important for people to, if you have a criticism or a compliment, you need to give yourself both back.
And then when I say I'm this or that, I'm relying on you to give me honest feedback on that.
Just got kissed by.
So if I view myself as the greatest writer
Okay.
in the world,
I see what you mean. The mirror. Yeah.
but the reality is it needs some work.
Yes.
I have to
Yes.
rely on
That's a good little example. Anytime we've looked at any of the other ones' work, yeah, you have to because my thought is like, I'm going to let this person go out into the world thinking there's nothing wrong with his essay and there's typos all throughout it. This is not actually Kelly, by the way. But, so the person looked like an idiot, like didn't even use spell check.
Yeah.
And you were like, it was great, honey.
Yeah, and just like in the mirror, I'll look in the mirror and see if my lipstick's on straight before I go out, right? And
Yeah.
so on the broader level, am I making progress on the things that I said? So emotionally, if I'm working on something, if I don't have you as a mirror to let me know if I'm making progress or not,
Right.
I will convince myself I'm making progress every single time.
or not give yourself enough credit.
That's true.
So it happens either way. So yeah, I think your partner being a good, solid, trustworthy companion, being honest is super important.
Number 7, maintain a desire and commitment to be a witness to the other's life.
Explain that one.
I want to see you achieve all that you have said that you want to achieve. in
Right.
all aspects of your life.
Right. I think that's like
That will
a
bring
big
me,
gift.
that will bring me just untold delight.
Yes.
And it does every day.
Yes.
So every day you make little progress towards
Like,
your goals.
go team.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's how we've set things up so that you're encouraging each other to reach your goals. And it's not right now, you're going to pay for my schooling and I'm going to go do this, or where one person has to like overly invest. It's a nice little teeter-totter, I would say, back and forth. I think that's kind of important too, so that there's a rhythm of which avoids indebtedness.
Yeah.
You know,
And it also makes dinner a wonderful conversation, because
Yeah.
you can run through the things that you did today.
and vice versa.
Yes, and we both are delighted that each one had the list and is working the list.
Yes, and it's inspiring. I get inspired by it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like those. I like those as your little tenants. Is that all of them or no?
There's an eighth one.
An eighth one is what?
If you can't do any of these, it's time to ask some questions.
Ooh, you poked a little hole in at the end. So
What do you think?
Well, I think it's true. I think if you can't be honest with yourself easily, we all have blind spots, and you can't give honest feedback to the other person, I think your relationship is going to turn into a bunch of role play.
Yeah.
And misery.
Right, and if you can't be yourself, right?
Yeah.
And you can't pay yourself first, and if you can't have that time to be committed to who you are within the relationship, and you don't want to witness the other person, or you don't want to witness the other person, on and on and on through these seven, tenants, then you have to ask yourself some questions.
Yes.
Have your goals changed? What's changed inside of you that you no longer want to do this? Has the other person gone through some changes? And this is
Yeah, we talked about this.
yes, this is
Juicy.
because we are going we are going through naturally going through changes just by staying on the planet this long.
Right.
And so that those little nuances are going to inform the relationship.
Yes.
And they're going to form the other person.
Do you have a good example?
If my testosterone starts to drop because I'm nearing a big number.
I couldn't even say it. His testosterone is not dropping.
Well, it's like, that's an example, right?
No, that's an example. Like people have shifts physically, yeah.
Yes.
And then
Yeah, so it's going to affect my mood. It's going to affect my desire to
Yes.
to be as enthusiastic, say, or energetic. We go for these long walks. At some point, I'm going to have to announce that I can't do it anymore because she's chasing me by a number of years, and I may physically not be able to.
You're showing off lately, because I'm always like, did he have to walk this fast? What's his deal? He's trying to prove something. Now I know.
Yeah, I'm staving off. I'm staving off that day when I have to say to you, can't go from these walks. I've got hip dysplasia.
That's nice.
So it's going to affect, though. It's going to affect.
It does. So that's back to change. Is like if you can't have change in your relationship, like we were talking today about, what if your partner really goes through a huge shift? Like let's say you had a good one. You were saying like if you want to be a basketball player and you're a basketball player, and then suddenly you're all about like designing Barbies for Mattel. How does your partner deal with that switch?
Yeah. So the initial announcement.
Yes.
Is the key, I think.
Okay.
Right. So if you had known that I wanted to do Barbie design,
Yes.
but I've never gotten to it,
Uh-huh.
and I say then, hey, I'm thinking now this year I'll do Barbie design. You're going to be okay. You're going to be like, okay, what are your steps? What are you going to do? Right.
Right.
If I never talked about Barbie design.
Yeah, and there was no inkling. He's never played with a Barbie. He's not about dolls, and
Right, I play
suddenly he's
basketball.
into.
Yeah, suddenly I'm doing this.
Yeah.
You're going to be asking some questions, I think, and and it's going to be far enough removed from the normal that you're going to.
I think you should welcome that though. Right? So
Okay. Except for the first conversation is going to be, where is this coming from? Right?
Of course, it should be.
Yeah, and once I can answer that and satisfy
Right.
you, that.
Well, you don't
there's
have to
some-
satisfy, you can state your claim. Because I don't think you have to satisfy your
No,
partner, you have to say what you want.
So, but what you're going to be looking for is there conviction on my part? Is there?
Yeah, is he serious? Is there a roadmap to this? Like, does he know anything about plastic molds? Yeah. And miniature clothing? I don't know.
A little sewing machine.
I love it. Kelly making Barbie says. Just never knew. But the thing being, how do you deal with that with your partner? So how do you deal with sudden and abrupt changes? Because we just watched that movie, what was it called? Second Round or something?
Another round.
Another Round from Denmark, right? And there's these shifts in these relationships where they're not expecting it from their partner, and it doesn't go real well, right?
Right.
And then what does each person do? And we were watching it, commenting on one of the relationships in the movie and saying it wasn't addressed very quickly. Like, you can't wait 3 years. You have to pretty much be like, so you now wear capri pants all the time. What's that about? You know, you gotta ask pretty quick. Otherwise,
I love your examples.
I think something I'd be horrified by. Like, I don't know about that.
I love it.
So, if you don't hit it over the head right away, I think, and you have a practice of asking questions inquisitively about your partner, you're gonna have problems. But how do you're in a relationship, Kelly starts wearing capris or sewing Barbie clothes and making Barbies, and I never say anything. I'm just like, okay, well, what happens?
In our relationship, that would not happen because
You wouldn't wear capri pants.
if you listen to the first 30 episodes, you will know that we talk about our relationship and how we're doing in it on a regular basis.
Yes.
Are you still satisfied with where you're going, what you're doing? That conversation, that practice that we've established for ourselves, whether we're talking as we go on a walk
Yes.
or we're talking at dinner,
Yes.
we will work towards communicating
How we're doing.
as real time as we possibly can.
Yes.
You more so than me, but
Yes.
eventually, if real time includes the 3 days, then we're good. You're gonna get it.
I'm gonna get it. Yeah, I think you don't have to hit it over the head all the time, but I do think a practice of checking in helps build a good foundation, which we've mentioned before, and make something like a move and dealing with big changes a little bit easier of a situation to go through.
Right.
Yeah. Shall we wrap it up here
I
for
think
now?
we should wrap it up.
Okay.
And we want to make sure that you subscribe to our
Kelly's all about it.
channel.
He's like, hit, what'd you say? Kill.
Smash that like
Smash.
button. We need you to just kill it. Just smash it. And we need subscribers.
Yeah.
Tell your friends.
Yeah. Have a listen. We'll see you guys the next time. Thanks for tuning in with us and the flies. Toodles.